Hey, welcome. It's Waterbox Wednesday.
Coming at you guys live on Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Like, share, subscribe.
You got it.
Yeah.
So this week we're doing something a bit different than we have in a while.
Yeah.
We're delving into a planted aquarium. So we're taking the Clear 16 and we're actually going to do a planted, real simple, put it all together today, planted aquarium.
It has been a very long time since I have done this. I don't know about you, but
It's been a while.
yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun though. I'm very interested. We got a lot of cool plants. We got our great Clear 16 that we're setting it up in. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a two-part series, right, Jess?
Yep,
so we're going to be, this week and next week, we're going to be setting this tank up and showing you guys kind of what it takes to get a little
miniature planted
nano
aquarium
planted aquarium going. So
let's get started.
yeah.
Maybe. All
There we
right.
So Jess,
Yes.
what are we doing? Sorry.
I feel like I'm leading this one. All right, let's do this. So we are taking our Clear 16 and we're actually following our blueprint that's on our website with the filtration, and it's the Plus edition. So we have the Prime Freshwater light on here. And we're going to kind of do a easy to care for planted aquarium. So we picked some easier live plants that we're going to do. Easily available products and stuff like that to get it going.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you kind of from start to finish and then have it filled up by the end of the show.
Love it. We have a lot of really neat Clear 16s, different. We have Clear 6, 10, and 16. If you join our Facebook group, our user group, we got a lot of really cool setups on there, so definitely go check that out.
Here's our beauty waiting for us to
so
go
there
ahead.
it is. That's our Clear 16 beautiful tank.
And we have all of our stuff kind of laid out so we can kind of go through what we end up getting, what we're going to use, quick overview, and then we're going to get started with the...
I want to start with my favorite, Jess, this one right here.
Wow, what is that?
Yeah, what is this? So this is the Dwarf baby tears, right?
Baby tears.
Yeah, so this is a really cool plant that will mat on the bottom of the aquarium. It's really cool. It can also float on the top of the water, so it's a really neat, relatively easy to keep plant.
What I like about this is a lot of times you get them as like loose little plants and you kind of try and bunch them into the gravel and hope that they start to root. So these are actually baby tear mats, and these are actually grown into like this, almost like a wire shape that allows them to form really dense and then basically put them into the aquarium and the substrate really easily without them like falling apart and floating everywhere and stuff like that. So that's really cool. We got 4 of these and it's gonna cover in pretty well from the beginning, and then it should just spread and have great coverage.
The reason I'm showing this is because you can see that they actually grew it on like this mesh. So it's kind of attached here, so we're just gonna place it in the aquarium.
Yeah, it's a nice thick mat. It's gonna fill in and be really, really healthy. Then we got for like our middle ground, foreground, kind of like just not ones that aren't gonna get too tall. Some of our potted plants here.
Yeah, so this is an Anubias. Again, these are relatively easy to keep, right, Jess?
Yeah, the Anubias have really thick leaves, so they are gonna be hardier. Generally, the more delicate, thin leaves is gonna need more care, more nutrients, and not gonna be as hardy. So the Anubias grow really, really well. And they should, with minimal care, dosing, any of that, and that's what we're going for in this one here. And they're really pretty, nice broad leaves.
We got a couple different kinds, right? So we got, this is a different one.
Yes, so those we got the 2 Anubias, and this is actually a crypto. This is the red one, the red crypto. So it's going to be a little bit smaller leaves, but still very hardy, good growing.
So where are we going to put these in the aquarium? Just like what part of the aquarium we're going to do?
So these are going to be like mid-ground to background.
Okay.
Because they're not ones that get really, really big, but since it's a small aquarium, they'll fill in nicely for you know, middle to higher.
Alrighty. Last but not least on the plant end of things, we have this guy.
So you got your Java Fern.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to glue this onto the driftwood, and it's going to actually grow its roots along it and secure itself on the driftwood and just kind of grow along it. So it's a super, super hardy, and you can even grow it, glue it to rock, wood, whatever you want to add some height and something growing onto the decoration.
Okay. And of course we got our rock here. So we got some, what we're going to be using these for like a foundation. So the ones that aren't as pretty, we'll put them down closer to the bottom
to give us some
like a
height.
foundation. And then we have some more decorative. What kind of rocks are these, Jess? Do you know?
I think.
Wrong question.
I think
these are called rocks.
I think this is holy rock or lace rock. Something right around there. It's basically some random pieces that we have around here from different aquariums that we've done. I grabbed some of the smaller pieces that have a little bit good shape to it, just so we can use that around there for the decorative parts of
Love
it.
So if you guys don't know, Waterbox Aquariums makes freshwater and saltwater aquariums. We tend to do a lot of saltwater stuff. So
it's where our background really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a lot of fresh in my time, not as much planted, but I mean, most of my time has always been doing reef tanks and saltwater. So it's nice to kind of break away from that and
you see,
show
we got the
something
green
with the
theme
planted.
going on.
It's quite
We
nice.
got the freshwater behind us. We got the green lights going. I love it because it's very natural. It's such a different look in an aquarium than a saltwater. Saltwater is like very neon, lots of blue lighting. And with the freshwater, we got lots of greens, natural colors, natural rock. You'll see the substrate here in a little bit. It all ties together really nice.
Should we get started?
We should.
Okay, let's do this.
I also have my green drink here as well. So
It just happens to be very themed today. So we have our clear 16, and we're gonna, for our plus edition, we have the prime light, but also like with our blueprint, we're using the Shark 800. I'm actually doing the shorter version of it just because it is a smaller tank, so I don't want to use a super tall one, and it's enough just to pull out debris and particulate in there. We're gonna put those in a little bit later towards there, and then our Jolly heater. And you're gonna find all those on our blueprint, and I just took the suction cup off of it. So that'll be our equipment, but we're gonna add that after we decide to go ahead and escape everything. So we got our driftwood here. We actually got this one, it's attached to a slate. The nice thing about that is it's going to already be weighted down, so we don't have to worry about it floating up and weighing it down with rocks and not decorating the way that we necessarily want to. So this is gonna be weighted down. It still is gonna release some color into the water. We soaked it for about 24 hours, but it's still gonna be one of those things where we're gonna get some of the kind of brown discoloration for a little bit, water changes, carbon, all of that for taking care of that one.
if you guys have any questions, post them below. I will do my best to get to all of them if possible. That's what we're here for. We're here to educate you guys how to set these tanks up. So if you got questions, again, post them below and I will do my best to answer them.
Yeah, so my vision on here is to kind of have everything slope up toward this direction, and the driftwood's gonna go in that direction as well. So I'm gonna use these here at the bottom to kind of give like a platform for this here. And it's also gonna help us kind of build up the side of it to be a much deeper on the gravel. So it's kind of just angled.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit better look, a little bit more depth when you can kind of angle it up that way.
Yes, and then for the base we're using.
Yeah, so you guys can see here we got the Sicce Fluorite Dark. So this is a really good substrate for planted tanks. It's what we tend to use on most of them, right?
We use this for a lot of them, and it's pretty cool because they have black, red, dark.
Yeah.
They have quite a few colors, so kind of whatever
so if you want to tie
scheme
in,
you're going with, it works for that.
If you want to tie in like a specific kind of color scheme, so on and so forth. Our ultimate goal though is to have it carpeted in plants, so you won't really see it too much after a while.
But it is intended for live plants, so we're going with that one.
We got Evan here with us, Dale, Beverly, Daniel, Scott, Sean Clark, Prolific Breed, Tony from the UK. So thank you all for joining us. Again, we're setting up a 16-gallon Waterbox Clear, known as the Clear 16, planted aquarium here. So I say we are setting it up, but it looks more like Jess is actually setting
Great moral support. You're here for me.
I'm here to support you.
You're going to hand me things later. Yeah. It's going to be good. So I'm trying to just put in the bulk of this. And you can see I'm trying to just make it a lot deeper on this one side. Then we're going to fill it in on those rocks and stuff. And this is also going to allow us, for the plants to have the larger base that were potted, to actually be all the way into the gravel. By having it deeper on this side.
So Dale says, how long is this presentation going to be? Dale, we don't know. It's going to go as long as it takes to set it up, but I would guess probably between 30 to 35 minutes or so, I would guess.
I'm working as fast as I can.
Yeah. Daniel says hello from Germany.
Well, hello. All right, just gonna use my hand on this. Eight. All right. So there.
So
I'm just gonna kind of.
I got a good question on the dimensions. I don't know the dimensions offhand on this thing.
It's like 23, 11, 14.
So
11,
Tony, it looks like it's about 23 by 11 by 14. Head over to waterboxaquariums.com. Up top, freshwater. Go to the clear mini, and you can check out those different tanks. So, good question.
So
it's a very popular tank.
It is. It's a very nice size, and so we can do a decent planted setup with it. Keep it pretty simple, but I like the long dimensions of it. So we have gravel.
So a lot of people.
We could probably use a little bit more if we wanted to, but I think we'll be able to make this work. I think that was like a 15-pound bag of that.
Yeah, we could use a little more, but that's all right.
It's gonna be so grown in with plants soon, you won't even know it's how.
Yeah. Oh, what's really cool about this build, you guys, is we're setting it up here in the studio on the table where we're at all the time. So this thing's gonna be here for a while. So we're gonna get to we're gonna do a 2-week setup, but we're also gonna get to watch it progress over time. You know, as we're live doing other episodes, we'll peek over at it, see how it's doing. We'll show you the growth on the plants and everything like that. So there's no pressure on us, Jess, at all to make this thing
we're challenging
really
ourselves,
well. Yeah.
if we like it or not, to keep a very nice planted aquarium going in the studio.
Yeah, so.
I'm just trying to. Like I said, I would not say that I am an expert at planted aquariums, so you can give advice if you
okay. I got you.
Choose
I got
or.
you. I like where you're going. I think it's very abstract. I don't think there's, it's got to be perfect.
I just wonder if I should move this. This should have gone back. That's better. All right.
So what Jess is doing here is she's aquascaping the tank. We're not going to obviously spend as much time as we normally would on it. Maybe we'll make some adjustments afterwards, but she's just trying to figure out where she wants the driftwood to go, the rocks to go, and all that good stuff.
To give some kind of depth, and also judging it by watching the camera.
Yeah, so she's looking at the camera feed to see exactly what it looks like. Because typically you're going to aquascape the aquarium from the front side, where she's actually trying to do it from the back. That's quite a bit more difficult. But so she's using the TV that's on the other side of the studio to try to figure out what her aquascape looks like. It's all good.
Crossed. If there's not a challenge, what fun.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna keep the rock kind of simple. Yes, yeah. Do you want this one in front, you think?
Yeah. Right where you had it, actually, at the end. I think that's good right there.
Right there? Okay, yeah, that looks good. All right. So rock is in place.
Which plants do you want?
I think we should
glue
do.
First?
No, I think the tall ones actually. Figure out where they're gonna go here, and then where we can fill in the baby tiers. So one of our nubias here, and because I'm thinking our filter is gonna go in this back corner here, because they're gonna see it a little bit less. So I do want to put.
It'll blend in a bit more with the wood and everything in there.
Yeah, it's not going to stand out as much. And you could always use something like a whale canister filter on the size tank as well, if you wanted to, so that you had less sitting into the tank. Let's see.
So again, if you guys have questions, post them below. I'll try to get to them as we're going along here.
And knowing how it is, even with when you're doing a saltwater tank, you always tend to move things around from your initial thing. We may end up adjusting this as we kind of go, but that leaves kind of a spot there.
Love it. I'm always, when I do aquascaping, Jess, as you know from the cube battle, I'm always like a set it and forget it kind of guy.
Yeah.
I just place them in there. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yes, you're the simplified. Yep, looks good. Walk away. I'm done. And since these are going to be the taller ones, I might not be able to appreciate it as much now.
This is a live aquascaping. You watch a lot of aquascaping on YouTube, like Aqua Pros, MD Fish Tanks, a lot of really good YouTube channels on planted tanks, but they're all, I don't think I've seen any of them do it live.
No, there's a reason.
Yeah, because there's a reason. Because it takes a while.
It's a lot
difficult.
easier when you're like, no, let me stare at this for 5 minutes.
But what we're showing you guys is like
how quickly you could do it. Yeah. So I'm poking some of the leaves through because he's going to be in the back, and it eventually will grow up so you'll see him. With planted tanks, it is about the vision. Same with research stuff. Is you got to see kind of where it's all going to kind of grow and see it in the future of what it's going to look like, not necessarily right now, because nothing is grown in. There's going to be just some adjustment time for the plants and stuff, but the eventual size and shape of everything. All right.
I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, thanks.
I can feel my inner joy growing.
Oh my God, yes. If we can bring inner joy, then we're doing.
You're bringing me a renewed appreciation for freshwater aquariums, especially the planted. The planted stuff's so neat. I love the colors, the natural look.
And now this may not be one of the styles of freshwater planted aquascaping, but we're gonna go with our own kind of process here. So you can see some of the plants, and then
carpet.
Do some of the
Dwarf
carpet.
baby tears.
So cool thing about this, I'm gonna just basically lay that right in there, and they're gonna put runners out and actually just kind of grow along that way. And with these being in mats, we've tried before here to do one of these, and it wasn't one that we did on a show, but where we took this kind of plant and it was in loose pieces.
Like little clumps of it, right?
Yeah, and then try to seed that around a tank. And it just a lot of them kind of got crushed. They didn't plant as well, and it just did not work out as well. This is proving to be just really, really nice and easy.
So they're going to look kind of funky in the beginning because they're just cut squares, but give it 30 days and they'll throw out these they'll start growing along the substrate and everything, and it'll look really nice.
Yeah, so they have the runners.
Green will be just beautiful.
Put some of that back in there. All right.
Prolific, it says he has 2 16s still in the box. So
oh my goodness.
So maybe,
hopefully this is inspirational, something to do with one of them. So, move some gravel around. So I'm taking just the biggest areas that need kind of this growth cover and putting these mats here because they will eventually move all over the tank. But this is just going to fill in our biggest areas and then let it spread out from there.
So if you guys are looking for inspiration with your planted tanks, definitely do a YouTube search. There's a ton of YouTubers. If you want to find the plants that we have here, we actually got these from Live Aquaria. That's a good source. We put some links down in the description below to get them from Amazon. So there's relatively easy to get. Most of these supplies are readily available, so it's not like it's hard to find, which is good.
All right. So with the job of Fern, I'm going to actually just glue this right onto the wood and the rock as well. So I think I might do one right here.
What glue are you using?
So this is the AquaFX glue. It's really good. It's got a nice thickness to it that's not runny like a lot of super glue is. So it's really easy to use. And these here, the roots are basically kind of stringed together. There we go. So pretty much just can pretty much taste the glue.
And we're gluing it to keep it from just floating all over the place.
Right.
Because it's relatively, it's not
you don't need a lot, just kind of where you can use that to keep it in place. And this is one that also produces runners. So it's going to grow along the surface.
Easy to keep, right?
Yes, very easy to keep. Just need to hold it there for a second. Don't go anywhere, bud. Okay. And I think we'll put one kind of back here for some height. Might be too high. What do you think? Right here?
Yeah, back.
Back here?
No.
Here? Yeah.
To help cover the shark.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So Keenan says cover up the shark with the plants. A good idea. We'll try to build it up towards the back so you don't see it. Big thing with setting up these tanks, Jess, is the aesthetics and trying to, mask the equipment that's inside the tank and so on and so forth. So
that one here. I
look
think
at that.
This looks
Look
quite
at
pretty.
that. Jess, I think you've done this before.
I have. It's really been a long time.
So you guys are looking at the Clear 16. These are really cool little nano freshwater tanks. As you can see, they have clear silicone, all diamond beveled edges, clear German silicone. You can see the Waterbox logo etched up here in the top corner. All of them come with a pre-seated leveling mat, so you don't have to worry about, you know, pressure points on the bottom of the tank as long as it's on a good smooth surface. You always want to make sure your tank's level when you're setting it up.
Yes. All right. So the lesson I'm going along with here is for this to sit like on the wood without some kind of, because there's a straight back here. I'm going to do that underwater because the glue will actually hold and cure faster than out of water. So I'm going to save these two for once it's filled enough to put those in there, because I could do it, but I'd be sitting here for too long, and I don't think anyone wants to stare at us.
You guys want to just watch us
hold
glue something?
A job of Fern in place with glue? Probably not. So really, all we had to do is start adding water, and then we can glue those in towards the end. Actually, let me put the shark. So I'm going to actually put our little jolly all the way at the bottom. Kind of hide it under. Need some water.
Scuba Steve representing with the Sicce products.
Yes, and like I said, this is what we're using on our blueprint. So this is the very easy to use setup, as it's not sitting for me, you know. All right, Jolly. Okay, and then we've got the shark here. We may end up finding that we want to move the placement of this.
Where do you want this cup? Right here?
Let me see. Yeah, this way it's right on one of the things in the thing. And we may have to adjust that up when we turn it on just for like water level.
So you guys, we have the cup here. What we're doing, well, the reason we have this is because we did rinse the substrate, but what we're trying to prevent here is more agitation of it. So we have that cup there to kind of
so we just like dumped it in. All the gravel we just did would like kick up, and then all the plants would probably get moved and stuff as well.
You want me to pour this?
You can go for it if you want. Don't make a mess.
Yeah, can you hold the cup for me?
All right.
Actually, it might be easier if you drop it a little bit below where I'm at. At this rate, it's going to take a while, Jess.
You see the process starting. But this way, whenever you fire it up, it's not a complete mess, and you can, you know, kind of see into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You know, you don't have to use a cup. Some people use like sheets of plastic they put on the bottom. Anything just to deflect that hard water hitting the bottom.
And then once it gets full to a certain amount, then you can kind of put it onto the driftwood or something, and it doesn't splash as much. But usually the first like couple gallons needs to be on something just to not disturb the substrate. So the only thing that's really getting disturbed is just all the loose pieces from the baby tiers, because it's on a mat, but there's still gonna be a lot of loose pieces through shipping and just handling. Those are gonna float to the surface, and we'll be able to take a net and just scoop them out. Or we could actually leave them floating, and they could make a mat on top, but we don't want to do that with a live planted tank. There you go.
So I think we have about maybe a little over 10 gallons that we pre-made here. You know, because there is displacement from the rock and the substrate, so we should be pretty close.
I'm not sure how much, and you know, you can keep it a little bit lower than the top anyway, but we're gonna just see how far this gets us. We'll be at least be able to turn on the filter, and we can add a little bit more to it as well, just to get it going. So it's looking pretty clear as we fill it.
We've got a quiet audience today. I think you guys are just really enjoying the setup. They're enamored by its beauty.
They're realizing that they do love fresh water.
Yeah, they just really like it. That's why they're so quiet. So again, if you guys have questions, post them below. This is a 2-week freshwater planted setup that we're doing here. So definitely tune in next week. We're going to be taking you along through the process. And this tank will stay here in the studio for a while, so you get to watch it progress.
Yeah, we're going to watch the progress of the plants fill in and grow and stuff like that, and prove to y'all that, you know, we're keeping
We
this
can do a
looking
planted
good.
tank.
We can do a planted tank. And it'll be really cute to add something to the studio because we don't have any tanks in here or anything.
Yeah.
They're everywhere else in the office. If you guys want to show the clear website or.
Yeah, let me get that website and put it on the water.
Yeah, pull up the, if you can, Berna, pull up the website there. I don't want to walk these guys through the Clear 16. So you guys see here the Clear Mini. We got a couple sizes. We got 3 sizes. We got the 6, the 10, the 16. They're really popular. You can buy these right on our website. You can buy them from saltwateraquarium.com. It's also in Petco in about 300 locations nationwide, so you can pick it up there or online at petco.com. So again, this is a really basic system, but we're using all Starfire glass. So Starfire glass, diamond beveled edges, clear silicone, a pre-seeded leveling mat on the bottom. So this is a really great tank. It's very versatile. You can use it as a fish tank. You can use it as a beta tank. You can use it as a planted tank like we're doing here. So it's a really cool system. You can see they all have the Waterbox logo etched in, of course. And this picture here is actually pretty cool because you can see the difference. We're kind of illustrating the difference between Starfire and regular glass. So Starfire is an ultra clear low iron glass. So that's what you're looking at here.
A lot
The top
of people
one's
do
a Starfire
question
at the
that.
bottom as well. Yeah. And then of course, right below that, actually, Bernie, if you can pull that right back up real quick, you can see our Waterbox official Facebook group. You can go there, you can see clear tanks just like this that are set up and you know, join in on the discussion there. It's a really neat group. I highly suggest joining it if you aren't in there, so check it out.
We do have on there the plus editions with the freshwater light and also the blueprints, which shows like which shark or which jolly we recommend for these if you want to do the internal filtration like we have here. And like I said, you can also put like a whale one on here if you wanted something external seating for your filter here.
Sean says he's waiting for the salt to be added. Not this week, Sean. But, Sean, we do have a big frag build coming up in April. You want to stay tuned for that. We got giveaways. We got lots of cool corals.
We want to give freshwater a little bit of love before we get involved in a whole saltwater build.
It's so
That's
easy
going
for
to
me
be
to just derail off on the saltwater. But no, this is going to be a great system. And while we're doing that build, while we're in the studio, we'll touch on this tank too. So
I'm going to make y'all love the freshwater.
yeah. They are definitely two polar opposite sides of the aquarium hobby. Typically, people that love freshwater just stick with freshwater. The guys that love saltwater stick with saltwater.
Yeah,
so.
it can be a very divided group, and we're trying to bring you all together.
Yeah, this is a
One
family.
love
you
one
guys.
another.
This is a family.
Fresh and
okay.
salt.
You join the Waterbox family. You're part of the freshwater and saltwater family.
Yeah. So now that we've got the water in here, I'm going to go ahead and do these. While we're getting a little bit more water ready. So now that it's under the water, this glue should hold a little bit better for kind of the odd spot that I want to put this Java fern. Because gravity wants to do one thing, so we're letting glue do the other.
So we did not prepare enough water. So Keenan is getting us more water.
It's giving it a chance for me to glue in some Java fern, so it'll be all right.
Yeah.
So let's see for this one. I think like here. Does that look good? Kind of fill in the back, or should we do along the front? No.
Just
back.
look in the TV, Jess. That's all you got to do.
Right here. What do you think, Keenan? You're freshwater.
Like this corner of yes.
Right here?
A little bit to the
Oh, this is interesting. Helen says that
Yeah.
she is a salt person and her hubby's a freshwater person. So her husband
Oh,
likes fresh.
house divided.
Yes, house divided. That's all good though, because again, we're in the this is the Waterbox family. Okay.
Doesn't matter what you got.
Right, Angela?
Yeah.
She's like, hold on, I didn't ask for that.
She's like, I'm out of here. I didn't want the attention. It's all good.
All right, so this is our last Java fern. You know, they're like the 2 gallon or whatever. So it's giving a lot of height to this one side, and then it's gonna look really nice, just real simple with it just leaning and kind of going towards the bottom. And we may even end up having more plants eventually added to it. Just depends on how it kind of grows in and how we like the look of it as it matures. Ever possibly changing.
So if you guys want to see some really cool Waterbox freshwater planted setups, head over to Aqua Pros on YouTube. He's got a build called the Ancient Gardens, which is awesome. It's a clear pro. He put these really cool bonsai trees in it, you know, where I think he actually used these dwarf baby tears in a lot of it. So definitely check that out. We got lots of different freshwater tanks. MD Fish Tanks has a few. So check them out, guys. It's really neat.
We're no aqua pros, so don't judge us.
Yeah, Mike is a professional. Okay?
Yeah. All right, so
Any more water?
I think it'll be good to kind of kick everything on, and we can just add a little bit more later. That way, we can just get everything going. And
We have.
look for a
Lewis
net to pull
says,
some of the stuff out.
can these little tanks be drilled?
Well, they're not tempered, so they can be, but it does void your warranty. So
Yeah, so it does void your warranty. You can go for it. It is a little bit thinner glass, might be more challenging, but yes, they can be drilled. So don't just take your drywall bit and try to.
yeah, just don't go for it. If you break it, it's nothing we can do about that.
You break it, you bought it, right?
Yeah, you already bought it. You don't get another one. So let me see about getting these plugged in.
Lewis also
running?
says a Peninsula Nano would look cool. Yeah, it would.
That would be. Yes.
Yeah. This would make a great one of those, actually.
Need.
You could set this up as a saltwater tank, too.
Yeah, and people have done it too, for sure. For like little nanos, if they wanted the shape of it, and to kind of do their own filtration. Can you put that down in that power strip?
I think I can do that for you,
there?
Jess.
All right, we're gonna plug in a shark and a jolly.
Get you a jolly heater. Sicce. I had to. I couldn't
You
help
just
it.
like the
I
name.
kept it PG. Okay.
You did, you did. All right, so here's the shark, and it will, like I said, we will put more water in. I'm gonna also end up getting the net and scoop a lot of the extra off. Right now it is.
So it's a little cloudy. That'll clear up overnight, most likely. And
Yeah, it's not too cloudy. It's like I said, mostly it's all the pieces kind of scooting around in there. The filter sponge inside the shark will clear up the cloudiness in the water.
so Devin says his son loves all aquariums. I was the same way when I was a kid. Wife loves saltwater fish, and he's stuck on coral. It's hard to come to a conclusion what they want. If you ask me, I say go with both, but you can never have enough water boxes.
Tank
But
for
it's
everything.
really, there's a lot of factors that go into it. There's maintenance levels. Saltwater tends to have a little bit more maintenance and cost associated with it, whereas freshwater, you can get in for a little bit less cost and maybe not so much maintenance. So we have a couple episodes that we actually did, Jess, on the.
Our sharks. There we go. All right.
Is it screaming
All
at
right, the
you?
shark was screaming at me, but we seemed to calm it down.
Your shark was mad.
Angry shark.
He was mad that I made fun of the jolly.
Oh my god. Okay. So
What's happening?
we're gonna go with this. You can angle the nozzle. I'll probably adjust flow and all that a little bit later. Main thing is our tank is set up. It's running.
Just like that.
We're gonna adjust like the filter and stuff maybe to try and hide it more with the plants. And I'll get a net and scoop out a lot of the pieces that are floating around. But besides that, it's up and running.
Yeah.
It'll look really nice whenever it clears up.
Yeah, look at that, you guys. We got the dwarf baby tears there, the rocks tying in there. Again, I keep saying it, but what I love about freshwater planted tanks is that natural look. Whereas like a saltwater tank doesn't necessarily look natural in an aquarium. You know, like the colors.
It's not what you think of whenever you
Right,
think, like
right.
a lot of people, they think of freshwater.
It's like the
so.
dark browns, the greens. It's really neat.
Yeah.
I like it.
So let's see what happens for next week. We got fish to add. Maybe we'll add some more plants.
Yeah.
Rescape a little. I mean, just depends on kind of how we look at it this week, how everything clears up, and that water should filter up. There'll be a lot of little baby tears everywhere.
Yeah. And we're going to post on the Facebook group. So again, go join our Facebook group. We're going to post a poll on what fish we should put in here. So we want your input. We want you to see the tanks that these guys are setting up on the group. It's really good stuff. It's a great group of people to join. So definitely check it out.
We'll get to check this all out, all cleared up and nice next week and see how it's doing.
Yeah, love it. Thank you guys.
See ya.